Hi, my name is Hans Ravi Aruldas. My UEL number will be U2640042 with my SID will be 23080553 6. I'll be presenting on a topic called Understanding the Reliability and Validity of Technological Innovation in Shaping Customer Satisfaction in the F&B industry on robot-assisted services. Without further ado, jumping on this particular research topic, the primary goal is to investigate the validity and the reliability of integrating this robot-assisted services in the F&B industry. Primarily, four main aspects that we're looking at is into impact on customer satisfaction based on this integration. Other than that, operational efficiency of this integration. Most importantly, guest or customer acceptance of this new um, technological integration, and finally, employee adaptation. So this employee adaptation is where we're looking at how well the employees are working together with this um, new so-called humanoid and non-humanoid robots, which is assisting them in their day-to-day operations. Other than that, carrying on with the exploring with the benefits and challenges of this, as well as assessing on customers' perception. We'll be synthesizing on literatures based on the adoption, impact, and challenges of this robot-assisted services. Carrying on, it is anticipated by 2025, AI and robotics will profoundly influence the restaurant industry. They will be deployed into various operations, including both front of the house and back of the house as well. Looking at it, researchers suggest that AI service robots will provide superior service compared to humans. However, there are other researchers have also highlighted that although this technological process has enabled robots to execute fundamental tasks, it still lacks that perspective or part of human touch. Carrying on with the research aims and objectives. So the research primary aim is to investigate the validity and the reliability of this technological innovation. Furthermore, this research aim has been broken down into three parts. Part number one is to identify the benefits and the challenges of this adoption. Part number two is to examine individuals' perceptions towards utilization of this robot in the F&B industry by analyzing its validity and reliability. And then carrying on with the last part is where assessing the impact of this integration on customers' dining experience. Carrying on with our literature review, the literature review has been broken out into five main parts. Number one is the importance of investigating, adoption of theories, benefits and challenges of these services, customer acceptance and resistance, and finally the limitations of this previously conducted researches. So when we're looking at the importance of investigating and so on and so forth, things that I have highlighted or brought forward is where the differences in adoption rates. So this has been highlighted across cultures. Carrying on with the challenges of integrations, primarily working on the technological malfunctions or the knowledge of employees to troubleshoot it. And of course, most importantly, the higher costs associated with it. Furthermore, the associated cost with it in terms of making over the restaurant to be more technologically open for this robots to perform their daily tasks. Furthermore, customer acceptance has been another huge issue highlighted where um, the type of diners, whether it's a group or solo, as well as the type of robots being served, whether it's that humanoid or non-humanoid we're looking at. And of course, the perceptions towards this automation by customers. Some of the limitations that also has been highlighted is the customer perceptions towards these robots, where previous researches which has been conducted focuses on post-consumption stage or during consumption stage, where there is quite a bit of limitations um, on conducting researches on customers at the pre-consumption stage. Other than that, most researchers focus solely on customer perceptions without looking at the implementation process from the restaurant's point of view. Carrying on, this study has integrated a theoretical framework called the social cognitive theory, as this theory um, is utilized to understand the customer's acceptance of robot-assisted services in the restaurant industry. Furthermore, this theory has been broken down into three different parts or three different factors. Number one will be behavioral factor, personal factor, as well as social experimental factor. Carrying on with our research methodology. So this research has utilized an interpretivism approach to investigate the reliability of technological innovation, primarily utilizing on secondary data sources, including peer-reviewed academic journals, industry reports, and online databases. Furthermore, by using quantitative data to explore the benefits and challenges of this um, robot-assisted services. Furthermore, to analyze the quantitative data, Cronbach-Alpha's test and Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin's test was utilized, as well as for the qualitative data, we will delve deeper into the subjective data and experiences from the previous researchers. And most importantly, yes, ethical considerations have been given high importance to ensure transparency and proper citations of sources. Diving into data analysis, there are three main factors being considered. Number one will be the conceptual framework, which is where it was used as a guide to interpret data by providing a theoretical context for the understandings of findings. Carried on perceptions towards the use of robots in the food and beverage operations, as well as customer experience satisfaction in robot-assisted services. So these three main parts have been analyzed, and the data of this has been presented in bar charts. Carrying on with the findings of these research. So this findings has been divided into three parts, which is based on the research questions. Focusing on research question number one, it is evident that robot services in restaurants provide benefits as a competitive advantage, as well as it provides a distinctive experience. Although challenges do persist, such as financial burden and customer satisfaction due to the lack of human touch. Carrying on, as for research question number two, based on Cronbach-Alpha's test, there's a higher internal consistency for three different items. Number one will be the appropriateness of the robots, perceived advantages, as well as perceived reliability. Whereas there's a moderate internal consistency for two items, which is robot functionality as well as disadvantages of the robot. The robot functionality has achieved a lower score. This is primarily due to technical malfunctions during service. Carrying on, as for the validity findings using Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin's test, there is a strong error variable for items such as appropriateness and perceived advantages, whereas there are weaker correlations in terms of reliability, functionality. Carrying on with your research question number three, the overall dining experience. So the study has proven that among customers, there is an overall high findings for customer experiences. However, there has been a room for improvement has been identified as customers do give feedback such as their experiences wasn't as memorable. It's supposed to be or it should be or it's expected. This has been also backed up by a researcher by highlighting the type of robots affects the psychological comfort of the diner. So this researcher in particular emphasizes humanoid service robots are deemed to be more effective in customer service as they possess more human-like qualities. Carrying on with the conclusions of this particular research is where I would highlight that robots do provide benefits. However, challenges do persist. As for now, there's a positive reception on customers' perception and acceptance. However, this does influence based on cultural differences. As highlighted before, the adoption rates based on cultures. This is due to the openness towards technological innovations as well as decision-making process. As for future recommendations in this particular research, restaurants stands to benefit from prioritizing a more atmomorphic robots, as this type of AI service robots do enhance customer robots interaction. As for future research, researchers should address the challenges facing robots, particularly in ensuring food safety and quality. Other than that, researchers may also investigate the pre-consumption stages, as most researchers are focusing on post-consumption stages, also neglecting the implementation process. Addressing these aspects will pave way for more efficient and satisfying interactions between customers and service robots. That will be the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.